What's a celebration of a new NFL season without one last look inside the crystal ball before things get really crazy?
The Chiefs' Pete is completed in glorious fashion February 9th in New Orleans.
Just to note that injuries to notable players such as Jordan Love of the Green Bay Packers and Nick Chubb of the Cleveland Browns did play factors in our final 14-team playoff field and projections. So with that, let's dive into our 2024/25 NFL playoff predictions and Super Bowl 59 champion. AFC Wildcard Round. Number 2, Baltimore Ravens versus number 7, Pittsburgh Steelers. The Ravens and the Steelers haven't been in the postseason since 2014, with Baltimore stunned Ben Roethlisberger's squad at Heinz Field in the Wildcard Round. Well, this time it'll be TJ Watt and the Steelers looking to upset reigning MVP Lamar Jackson and his Ravens on their home turf. Pittsburgh's defense should keep this one close, but a team with Jackson, Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, and Mark Andrews on offense inspires a lot more confidence than the Steelers' inconsistent group. Prediction: Ravens 27, Steelers 23. AFC Wildcard Round. Number 3 Houston Texans versus number 6 Buffalo Bills. The Stephon Diggs Bowl, the rematch of Week 5, the rematch of their epic 2019 wildcard game round. Either title floats our boat here. Josh Allen can win a game by himself on any given day, but the unproven Bills defense doesn't have the personnel to stop Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, or Joe Mixon. Furthermore, Houston's elite pass rushing duo of Will Anderson Jr. and Danielle Hunter is more than capable of preventing Allen from winning the game with his legs and keeping him in the pocket more often than usual. Prediction: Texans 24, Bills 20. AFC Wildcard Round. Number 4 New York Jets versus number 5 Cincinnati Bengals. Aaron Rodgers' return propels the Jets to a division crown and their first playoff berth since 2010. But can the 4-time MVP hold off Joe Burrow and the resilient Cincinnati Bengals? Why, of course. Sauce Gardner will shut down Jamar Chase, and the Jets' fierce front 7 will have its way with Cincy's suspect O-line. And who on Cincy is going to stop Rodgers' wealth of weapons, especially Garrett Wilson? T. Higgins' final game as a Bengal ends with a lopsided defeat, and the Bengals head into an offseason filled with many questions. Prediction: Jets 30, Bengals 17. NFC Wildcard Round. Number 2 Detroit Lions versus number 7 Los Angeles Rams. Is 3 times a charm for Matthew Stafford as a visitor at Ford Field? Lions beat the Rams in the 2023 Wildcard Round for their first playoff win since 1991. 8 months later, Jared Goff got the best of Stafford again in a Week 1 overtime thriller. LA's prolific offense will help them sneak in as the final seed, but they just don't have the pieces to slow the Lions down. You saw Detroit's powerful ground game manhandle the Aaron Donald-less Rams defense. Honestly, it's just going to be more of the same in a playoff game. Prediction: Lions 31, Rams 20. NFC Wildcard Round. Number 3 Philadelphia Eagles versus number 6 New Orleans Saints. The Eagles restore order in the NFC East and reclaim the division crown after gift-wrapping it to the Dallas Cowboys a year ago. The high-flying Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith offense will be tested against a stingy Saints secondary. But even Dennis Allen's defense can't contain this explosive unit, and the Eagles' ferocious front 7 should have its way with Derek Carr and a leaky offensive line. Prediction: Eagles 27, Saints 16. NFC Wildcard Round. Number 4 Atlanta Falcons versus number 5 Dallas Cowboys. The Falcons' $180 million investment in Kirk Cousins pays big-time dividends, at least in year 1. Atlanta finally has above-average quarterback play to lift its deep set of weapons, propelling the organization to its first playoff berth since 2017, and its first division crown since their Super Bowl 51 appearance in the 2016 season. Meanwhile, the Cowboys turn in another superb regular season with double-digit victories after Dak Prescott was handed a lucrative 4-year extension worth $240 million. This game has the potential to be an all-time classic given all the offensive firepower on both sides of the ball. But Dallas has the 3 best defensive players in this contest: Micah Parsons, Trayvon Diggs, and Deron Bland. And those guys are going to prevent Cousins' group from lighting up the scoreboard. Our prediction: Cowboys 33, Falcons 21. AFC Divisional Round. Number 1 Kansas City Chiefs versus number 4 New York Jets. Finally, at long last, Patrick Mahomes versus Aaron Rodgers. Mahomes missed the first scheduled meeting in 2019 with a knee injury. Rodgers missed the 2021 showdown with COVID-19. Then, just when we thought we were set to finally meet in 2023, boom, Rodgers suffered a torn Achilles minutes into his Jets debut. But finally, It is here. Mahomes versus Rodgers. Any team with Rodgers as its quarterback will have a chance. And yes, Sauce Gardner can take away one of Kansas City's biggest pass catchers. But Patrick Mahomes will still have 3 of Travis Kelce, Marquise Brown, Xavier Worthy, and Rashee Rice to throw to. Prediction: Chiefs 27, Jets 21. AFC Divisional Round. Number 2, Baltimore Ravens versus number 3, Houston Texans. A rematch of last year's divisional round game where MVP Lamar Jackson led Baltimore to a 34-10 blowout win over Houston. Well, it was a humbling loss for the Texans, who wasted no time loading up on more star power to ensure that their next trip to the divisional round goes much smoother, namely Stephon Diggs, Joe Mixon, Danielle Hunter, and Danico Autry. Something tells us that it'll be different this time around. For the first time in franchise history, the Texans are headed to the AFC Championship game. Prediction: Texans 26, Ravens 23. NFC Divisional Round. Number 1, San Francisco 49ers versus number 5, Dallas Cowboys. One can argue that the 2021 and 2022 Dallas Cowboys rosters were the best squads since Dak Prescott's 2016 rookie year. And, well, they've all had the same conclusion: a sloppy one-score loss to the rival 49ers. The Cowboys certainly have the star power to keep it close, but they lack the it factor that has evaded them since 1996. Whereas Kyle Shanahan's team has played in 4 NFC Championship games and 2 Super Bowls over the last 5 years. Prediction: 49ers 31, Cowboys 19. NFC Divisional Round. Number 2, Detroit Lions versus number 3, Philadelphia Eagles. Among our 4 projected divisional round showdowns, this one has the best chance to be a January classic. Top 10 quarterbacks? Check. 2 elite pass catchers? Check. Top tier running games? Check. A top 5 offensive line? Check. Jalen Hurts' shaky play since the Super Bowl 57 loss to Kansas City is also a cause for concern, and it just sort of feels like if it comes down to it, Detroit's virtually unstoppable ground game would be the difference against Philadelphia's vulnerable defense. Prediction: Lions 35, Eagles 31. AFC Championship game. Number 1, Kansas City Chiefs versus number 3, Houston Texans. Remember when Tom Brady's New England Patriots beat Patrick Mahomes' Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead in the 2018 AFC Championship game? 2024 Patrick Mahomes is 2018 Tom Brady. CJ Stroud now is similar to 2018 Mahomes, with young stud QB who turned out to be ready for primetime sooner than expected. And like 2018 Mahomes, Stroud is 1 victory away from going to the Super Bowl in his sophomore season. He just has to beat the league's best player in order to do so. Make no mistake, CJ Stroud's time is coming. The Texans are going to be a significant threat to Kansas City for years to come. But it just feels like they're at least 1 year away from dethroning the team that is in the midst of a dynastic run. Prediction: Chiefs 37, Texans 27. NFC Championship game. Number 1, San Francisco 49ers versus number 2, Detroit Lions. So, we meet again. Look, everyone knows what happened in January. The Lions held a 17-point lead and looked poised to reach their first ever Super Bowl, only to commit blunder after blunder after blunder that ended up allowing the 49ers to come back and steal the George Halas Trophy for themselves. These 2 teams are evenly matched across the board with no significant weaknesses. The Lions shored up their cornerback woes last year by drafting Terrion Arnold and acquiring Carlton Davis from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that could be the difference maker this time around, as Detroit couldn't contain the 49ers' top weapons a year ago. And we feel like Dan Campbell won't be as overly and unnecessarily aggressive this time around. Prediction: Lions 34, 49ers 27. Super Bowl 59. Number 1, Kansas City Chiefs versus number 2, Detroit Lions. Either the Chiefs complete the first ever Super Bowl three-peat, or the Lions end nearly 7 decades of misery and win their first Lombardi trophy. Something is going to have to give here. The Lions upset Kansas City in the 2023 NFL kickoff game at Arrowhead. Of course, Travis Kelce and Chris Jones weren't active that game, and Taylor Swift was not their official good luck charm yet. One thing that works in the Lions' favor here, though, the Chiefs don't have their top shutdown corner from last year's Super Bowl championship team in L'Jarius Sneed, and Jameson Williams looks like he'll be a difference maker this time around. What is the formula to beating a GOAT like Mahomes? Clock melting drives that keep him on the sidelines. No team is better better suited for that than the Lions currently. So, in what would be an all-time thriller, who comes out on top? Prediction: Lions 30, Chiefs 27. But hey, who do you think is going to end up squaring off in and winning Super Bowl 59? Do you agree with our predictions? What do you think we got wrong here? What do you think we got right? Let us know in the comment section below. And hey, if you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea because, well, we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.